Hello everybody and good morning. This is Max McAllister coming to you from Traction Dynamics here in Woodstock, Georgia. Today I'm going to do a quick little look and a review of the Kuryakyn trunk relocation kit. It's a new product out I saw, and it was a great curiosity to me because our company makes a trunk quick removal and relocation kit, so you can do any of those different things. Our kit allows you to take the trunk on and off in less than 15 minutes, and it can put the trunk back in the stock location, or you can buy a relocation kit to back it up 1.5 inches. And we're just now presently completing a set of special brackets that will be used to back it up 2.5 inches, but only for people who are planning to have a totally custom made from scratch saddle made for their bike to accommodate that much setback. Now, this kit moves the trunk back a whopping 4 inches and up 1 inch. And so I'm going to show you a couple of problems that we found with this, and let's kind of dig into that. The first is it is easier to install. It's pretty quick. You just strip the plastic off of the trunk, the seat and plastic off of the trunk, and what you get is a pair of 2 brackets. These brackets just simply bolt on to the stock Honda subframe, so there's not a lot to it. You get 2 brackets and a pad. I don't know if you can see on this. This is kind of a little, those are the 2 brackets. There's a foam seat pad, and then these are 2 decorative trim pieces that kind of fill in the gap that's created underneath the trunk. So that's all there is to it. The brackets are kind of are stout enough. But my immediate concern when I first thought about this, if you can come around here, you can see the seat filler. So this is actually on, the kit's on. That's the seat filler there. Now, before I thought about this from a safety aspect, my first idea was that this is not going to be comfortable because your butt is going to be sitting on the back of the stock seat over this crack, and that's exactly what happens. When you sit there, it's horribly uncomfortable just to have your butt in this crack and with this seam, the edge seam of the stock Honda seat in your butt. So this will not be comfortable for anyone. That's the first thing that I thought about, and that's why our kit comes with an upholstery filler for the 1.5 inches, and that's because it's kind of hidden underneath the backrest. Your butt never touches it. But at 2.5, I didn't think our kit would be comfortable, and that's why I say we're only going to sell it to people who intend to have a fully custom saddle made that takes up the space. But then, as soon as I thought about it and I said 4 inches, now we're talking about the reason you would buy a 4-inch kit, and we have to be honest here, is it's to accommodate a really large passenger, right? And there are a lot of bigger ladies that like to ride on Goldwings with their husbands. Nothing wrong with that, but if on this bike you don't fit, you might not fit. That's all I can say. So backing the rider up 4 inches, a heavy rider, actually takes away weight from the front end of the bike and unloads the front tire. Sort of like if you've ever seen a pickup truck going down the road with a ton of supplies in the back and the front end's up in the air. So that's going to be the case with this motorcycle. And so what I want you to kind of notice is I'm going to climb up and sit on it. And I got a stick over here that'll just kind of use as a gauge. But I'm going to show you where the rear axle of the bike is. I'm going to sit in the stock location. Actually, come around here with the camera, and I'm going to point this out. You come around here. So here's the stock rear axle on this bike, okay? So if you look up now, you'll notice in the stock location of the saddle, if you're sitting on the saddle, the rider is forward of the rear axle, okay? And that's important for the balance of the weight on the bike. So now I'm going to climb up here. Here, you hold that one sec. And I'm going to move back slowly because this thing wants to tip when I get back. So here's, that's on the rear axle. It's kind of with that pipe, I think. All right. Okay, so here I would be sitting in the stock location. So I'm forward of the rear axle, and this is important for the safety of the motorcycle. Watch what happens when you actually back up 4 inches. Now I'm completely behind the rear axle at this point. And from a suspension guy standpoint, that's not safe. It's actually not good. So this is not a kit I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend you back yourself up this far just for that reason. So if you look, I've got some straps on this, but I'm just barely wiggling, and this bike is, trying to tip back. So again, if you have stock suspension on your bike, if you don't even have stronger springs to support the weight of the riders on the bike than stock, and then you take it and back the rider, a heavy rider up. So in this category, the rider would be 250 to 350 pounds possibly, that might need that much space. I would not say it would be safe. So I would not endorse this kit, no matter how simple it is to install or how much space it adds. Just adding more is not necessarily better. And in this case, like I've shown you, once you get the whole rider behind the rear axle, I don't think that's a good combo. So that's my take on this one. You can, if you've tried this kit and you like it or didn't like it, or your wife liked it or didn't like it, please comment below. Please like this video if you enjoy this content. Don't forget to share with your friends, especially if they're considering backing the trunk up to get more space for their wife. And please subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep lots of cool content coming.